So we're going to go through some front of house points to remember. When people come into the bakery, we want to greet them as soon as possible with a smile and a good morning or good afternoon greeting. Or, you might have heard this in the States, welcome in. We try not to use greetings that begin with H. So, hi, hello, a bit too informal for us. We want to show a little bit more of an elevated experience to our guests. So we try to say good morning and follow with how are you?
You'll have me at my computer.
Good afternoon.
It happens sometimes after 12 o'clock. We don't realise we've progressed into the next part of the day. And then you go, good morning, good afternoon. 5 minutes ago it was the morning, but then welcome in. As long as you're, trying to be friendly and giving an elevated guest experience, and we're on track. In Canada, it's not really polite just to say hello in a customer service experience. There's usually a how are you attached to it. You'll notice this with Canadian guests. If you say hello, the Canadian guest will often say, how are you?
Yeah.
And it's almost like they're calling you out for not asking them how they were first.
Okay.
Yes. So we usually start a transaction with, good morning, how are you today? Or you could say, good afternoon, how can I help you today? A big no-no for us is starting an interaction with, what can I get you? Somebody just walks through the door. Maybe they've never been here before. Maybe they don't even know what this is. They just saw some people walk in and followed them. That happens when people are on vacation. Oh, check out this, check out that.
Yeah.
They walk in through the door and you're like, what can I get you? You might as well say, hurry the fuck up and get out.
Yeah.
Right? That's literally how it comes across. And people will be like, I just need a minute. Right? I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I want. So it's really important that we think of ourselves as almost like a tour guide. Like, how can I be of use to you? What are you looking for? What have we got that might match your needs? Once you start to recognize a local, I want you to introduce yourself. Say, hey, you've been in here a few times. Do you always get the flat white with the coconut sugar? Yeah, I'm Natasha. Like, what is your name? And they'll be like, I'm Erica. And, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And then get to know them, right? Oh, do you work around here? And just find out a little bit, because building rapport is what's going to make us, number one, stand out against all the terrible competition in Whistler. And also, it will keep that person coming back. And regular repeat customers are the lifeblood of any bakery or cafe operation. So building first name rapport with locals is very important. And you might see I'll introduce you to people. I'll be like, hey, this is Kate. She's our new barista. Like, yeah, like Nikki comes in all the time. And, and I'll, oh, hi, Nikki, nice to meet you. And just, this is the kind of relationship we have with our guests at BReD. And it's powerful stuff. So another thing to do, if somebody walks in, I want you to start reading their body language. I want you to look at them, and if they're sort of standing back, usually around here, and sort of doing this, they probably haven't been to the bakery before. So ask them, hey, your first time here? So we start with, good morning, how are you doing today? They look a bit sketchy. So your first time here? And they'll say yes or no. If they say yes, what would you do next?
So something along the lines of like welcoming, having had the day going, obviously getting the conversation going, but then you can just explain what we actually are. We're like, we are a sourdough bakery and we have all these lovely treats on offer. If you have any questions, stuff like that. If it's just them thinking you can have a whole conversation, someone else walks in and they seem like they know what they're after, but they kind of direct it certain ways. But you're really wanting to talk about what we are doing here and what we can provide for them. And also, if sometimes people just come and want to have a look in and they're asking where stuff is as well. So, tour guide as well as a work.
Yeah, so when we say tour guide, think like on the aeroplane where they're like, this is here and this is there. So you're like, we have our drinks list on the wall. The bread will be behind you. So here's the bread. the treats will be in front of you. All the sweet treats are in the case. Sometimes after 10 o'clock, we'll have some savory options in the window. So you say, here's our savory options. So we've got sweet options, savory options. Here's the bread. Here's the drinks list. Let me know if you need anything. Let me know if you have any questions. So you've pointed out like the map. And then that's giving them time to think more, to look around and make a decision. Oh, am I in the mood for a drink? Do I want a loaf of bread? And you're helping them.
You as someone who knows as well, like if you're pointing out things, you can sometimes they'll come up to you for recommendations, like, oh, what would you try here? Like, what's the most popular as well?
Yes. So I like to ask questions like, are you looking for a loaf of bread today? Can I get you any coffee started? And they'll say yes or no, and then that's sort of helping you all guide each other to where you want to be. So we're giving service with heart, ultimately, rather than just transactional service. You'll notice in other places you've been to, definitely lots of cafes in Whistler, it's very transactional. You walk in, what can I get you? That's $10.99. Thanks. There you go. It's like you could have been served by a robot, really. Yeah. But like, people can get what we do in other places. They can make stuff at home. They can make coffee at home. Why are they going to buy coffee out when it's cheaper to make it at home? Okay, so it's more convenient because maybe, you know, they didn't have time to make a coffee at home, or they're in a hotel, they didn't have a good coffee machine. But also, a lot of our repeat people, the local workers, they're coming in for an interaction. They may not realize it. They think they're just coming in for a coffee. But what that coffee means to them is a connection with someone. Imagine Lee's been tapping away on the computer in the IT office, one of our regulars, and he's all stressed out because the lift gates won't open, and that's his responsibility. And he's like, you know what, I'm just going to go get a coffee and come back to this. He's coming in for a little like pause from that. So he wants to walk in and be like, hey Lee, how's your day going? You know, if you know someone, you can be a bit more friendly. You can say, hey. If you don't know them, always start with good morning or good afternoon. Guests can spot fake service a mile away. So robotic greetings, forced smiles and rehearsed lines, they make us feel like a call center. So not a place of hospitality. So we do have a script that it's more of pointers, bullet points, and you'll frame it in your own words.
It's like, yeah, so you will find like, you might start off with one customer, but then one customer might want to start with treats. You'll slowly make your way around to all the key points per customer. So it might sound like a script, but some days it's just you trying to tick all the boxes so that they get the best experience as well.
Try and notice customers' energy when they come in. Try and notice the difference between, how are you doing today? Fine. How are you doing today? Fantastic. Notice the difference between fine and fantastic. There will be some people who are super impatient. It's a certain demographic. I won't say what it is. You'll figure it out. But they come in, and they just don't even ask very nicely. They'll just be like, sourdough. And then they just get their credit card and they'll just be tapping the card reader. Well, there are prompts on the card reader. They've got to confirm the amount. And they get asked if they want to leave a tip. And they don't have to. They can press 3 to skip the tip if they want. But some people are so impatient, they can't even be bothered to look at it. They're just tapping and thinking, why is this not beeping? Why is this transaction not working? These people, don't waste your energy on them. Just give them what they want. Yeah. Super fast and efficient. And 3 to skip the tip, or would you like me to do that for you? Hit the buttons for them. Get them out so you can help the next person that wants your attention. Nurturing conversation. So trust is what keeps people coming back, not a punch card, as some cafes think. Loyalty cards, that's just discounts. But what people coming back is good coffee, good food, and good service. So when we're serving our guests and they're ordering things, what tends to happen is, especially the regulars that know our product offerings, they like to just shoot a whole shopping list at you. It'll be something like, I'll get 2 country sourdough, 1 of the tin loaves. Have you got hummus? I'll get 3 hummus. I'll get an olive. Have you got any pizza dough, fresh or frozen? I'll get 2 pizza dough. Oh, and I wanted a latte, 12 ounce with vanilla syrup, and also you do flat whites. Yeah, I'll get a flat white. Yeah, and you'll just be standing there like, okay, so it was 2 country sourdough, right? So people are going to test you. Once that person has vomited their order at you, they will then stand there expecting to pay before you've packed it, before you've even remembered what everything they said was. This is when you have to take control and navigate the I don't like the word transaction, navigate the interaction. So what I do is I pack as I go. So I get 2 sourdough, and as they're starting to say the next thing, I just start grabbing the country sourdough.
Okay, so I'll slow down.
Because I'm being responsive, right? I've listened and I'm getting it. And they will naturally, as you said, because you're a smart cookie, they'll just slow down and they'll realize that you're in control of the transaction, which is actually what the guest wants. They want you to know what you're doing. They don't actually want you to be overwhelmed, but they're stuck in their own head, their own agenda of what's going on in their day. So by you sort of just packing as you go, it works out so much better, because sometimes people will call things the wrong name.
Yes, right.
So we have a loaf of bread we call a freeform. It's like a rounded loaf. We have a loaf of bread we call a regular tin. It's a square-shaped loaf. But people have a preconception of what a regular loaf of sourdough looks like, and they won't use our words. They'll look at something and say, I'll get a regular loaf. And sometimes it's good to check. You mean this one or this one? Did you mean this one? Most of the time, I kind of know what they want. But it's, if they see you packing it, then you can always double check. I've had people look at the cinnamon buns and say, I'll get a sourdough. And I'm like, bread or sourdough cinnamon bun? We have both, right? So you've got to, if you start packing it as they're saying it, they'll watch you and they'll be, oh no, not that one, I meant that one. And it just shows them that you're active. You're not passive, right? You're actively working to assist them. You're not just like passively, just kind of having stuff done to you. Yeah. So I want you to finish the orders by asking, how do we finish an order?
Oh, is there anything else I can help with today?
That's a good question. Is there anything else? What would a bad ending be?
Want anything else?
I mean, it's just a shortened version. A bad question is that all? Why?
You're cutting off the transaction.
Right. You're inviting them to end it.
Yeah.
Is that all? That all? When you say, is there anything else, you're inviting them to keep looking. Ed and I got stung with this so bad once. We went to this Thai restaurant in Vancouver. Really nice restaurant called Sula. And just the 2 of us. And the server, this girl, she kept saying, okay, so you want the green curry. Anything else? And we went, oh, yeah. We'll get the pad thai. Okay, and so green curry, pad thai. Anything else? And I'm not joking. We ordered about enough food for about 6 people. And when they brought all the food, we're like, oh my God, we've ordered so much. Now that was a kind of an issue because we were just out for dinner. But at the bakery, everything's designed to take home, eat later. So, the last 10 seconds are just as powerful as the first. So there's things that can happen right at the end that can ruin the whole thing, right? So the bakers can bake everything well, decorate it beautifully. We display it really nicely. We welcome the guest. We answer all their questions. We pack it nicely in the box. We do the payment correctly. And then after they've paid, they might say, can I get a shopping bag? We charge for shopping bags. It costs us money, and it's not incorporated into the price of every product. So our view is, why should everyone pay for a shopping bag if they don't get one? In Vancouver, there's a bylaw. You have to charge for shopping bags and coffee cups. There's a surcharge. It's the law. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's always accidental, if people trying to bypass that they'll pay and then they'll ask you for a shopping bag.
Yeah. We used to have, you'd get the coffee, they'd go, oh, can I just have that pump of syrup? Like,
That's another trick. You're like, yeah, it's 50 cents.
yeah, try to go back and maybe then so angry.
They get angry, right? Because now they feel like put out that they're now having to go through a second transaction. And we don't want to leave them with that bad feeling. So it's important that we say before they pay, do you need a bag?
Okay.
Should I pack this all up for you today?
Or even if like a big order comes in, like what Ash mentioned, like 200 sourdough, this and that, straight off the bat, if you recognise it's big enough order that they don't like consider like if there's something like down there, you want to just get it straight away because it's always easier to pack it as you're going because there's not much counter space. Two people might be serving at the same time too.
Okay.
So it might be convenient to go and fire up an order, pack it into the baggage you get.
So if you think back to the best restaurant experience of your life or a good experience you've had in a restaurant, chances are what you remember most isn't the entree, it's how you felt when you left. So it's all about feelings, really. So with that, we'll just take a breather to go back to our notebooks. We're going to make some notes. I want you to start by jotting down the 5 core values. If you don't remember them, it's okay. You can go around and have a look at where you signed your name.